And they are trying to create some separation within the division. And look, CD, I know that this is still the first half of the season, but this is a big matchup no matter where it falls because these are the top two teams right now in that division.
And if you can build a bit of a cushion as you head towards the second part of the season, that allows you to survive the expected injuries, potential upset losses, all of those things, and still be in good shape.
And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10. And just 1 yard here from the 49 to the 50. So, Charles, offensively, this group really playing at a high level, 7-0. And we're still a long ways from discussing a potential unbeaten season, I think. But to use a golf expression, no blemishes on the card, at least to this point.
Yeah, unlike my teenage years where there were blemishes everywhere and the dermatologist was on speed dial. But I do think that they're going to have to start answering questions about this start if they keep winning games. You and I both know, we in the media, will start to obsess about it and wonder, can they take it all the way to an undefeated season?
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. On 1st and 10, Herbert. He finds his man, complete. It's Johnston. And they will get him down, but not before he gets very good yardage there, as that will lead us right into the 2-minute warning. Herbert operating from the red zone. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Scott. And the Chargers are going to be set up with a 1st and goal here as the tackle made at the 9.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they're going to be set up with a 1st and goal.
Herbert. Touchdown, Chargers. Keenan Allen, his first touchdown on the year, as his guys are able to extend their lead. Extra point good by Hopkins, and that pushes the lead up to 11.
Chargers 14, Raiders 3. Dustin Hopkins to kick off.
Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. This is taken just shy of the 10. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
Evans on the return. The Raiders take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, and this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts, as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Looking to throw. He finds his man, complete. It's Jacobs. Now a 2nd timeout called for by the defense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. The slot man in motion right. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
I like what they tried to do there. Tried to hit him with something quick, get the ball in his hands, and hope he can make some yards after the catch and pick up a 1st down. Weren't able to do so on that play.
He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. Here comes Carter. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. The Charger drive about to get going. And just inside of a minute left, Charles. They got a pretty long field ahead of them. I'm curious to see how they play this, but you would think definitely enough time to at least try to get 3 out of this. Yeah, you want to move with a nice sense of pace. You want to up the tempo a little bit, but you have to do it with some poise as well. You don't want to go so fast that you hurry yourself into mistakes. There's enough time to put points on the board if they do it right. And even though they have the lead, you know that they would love to extend this lead before heading to the locker room.
Ready up!
On first down, Justin Herbert. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And the Raiders are going to take over here up near the 40. He's at it again, Charles. He had the pick-6 last week. Not a pick-6 here, but an interception.
That's another Oski, because that's the word we use when we intercept a pass. Oski tells your team to rally around and block for you. Well, that worked really well last week because he had made it all the way to the end zone. This week he got the Oski, maybe not a touchdown, but boy, he's playing really well.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And with good starting field position and 3 timeouts as well in their pocket, no reason not to try and put a late scoring drive together. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. First and 10 here, and you know, if they could just get 3 out of this, something about whittling it to a 1-score game at half that might provide a psychological boost. And the tackle going to be made at the 38. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime.
First down. First and 10 at the 38-yard line.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. He's got a man. It's his tight end. That's complete. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. A 9-yard pickup, just 1 yard away from 3 consecutive first down plays. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
They'll come up now on 2nd and a yard. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Michael Davis. And the Chargers are going to have it here at their own 9-yard line.
A tough adjustment to the NFL throughout his rookie season, and his problem with turnovers is only exacerbated by his early showing today. That's a couple for him here in this first half, and he's cleared the double-digit mark for the entire season.
The Charger drive about to get going. And they'll begin inside their own 10, so field position certainly not in their favor here. And that's going to be incomplete. 12 seconds left.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Justin Herbert looking to pass. And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack. And now they'll take a timeout defensively. After the 2nd down play, they burn the timeout, making him sweat out the final few ticks here in the 2nd quarter. This time they stay on the ground, and they will get to him behind the line, but the clock continues to tick down. So we have reached halftime here in an 11-point contest. As we send you to our EA studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. So the Chargers will start the second half with the lead and the football as we're underway in the third quarter. From the 10. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23.
At their own 23-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. And Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half it didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
Herbert off of play action. Got an open man. It's Scott. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Running on first down, Eckler. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down.
Good yardage there on first down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making first downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your second down play.
From the 44, Herbert. He finds his target, Allen. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 20-yard line. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the third quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
On second and 10, the ball back with Herbert. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
That's a big force of completion there to bring up third and long, and this defense can still salvage a little momentum by forcing them to kick a field goal, because just a few plays ago, they looked like they were headed towards the end zone.
Now movement up front. I think they're going to get one of the Charger linemen. And maybe they were coming with a blitz that time and it caused a jump.
I think if we saw it, you know that they saw it. Might have been a little discussion down there. Bad guys coming, pick them up, pick them up. And someone jumped.
So the false start certainly doesn't help matters as they'll try again now, third and long. Here's Herbert. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. Hopkins' kick is good, and they will stretch the lead now to 17-3. Well, they picked up right where they left off in the first half. First drive after the break, they come away with 3 and increase that lead.
Yeah, and you just want to keep building on that lead, don't you? Whether it's 6 points or 3 points, take everything you can get, keep maneuvering, keep adding to it, keep making it difficult for them to come back.
The Raiders take over first and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. And their deficit a little wider now than it was at halftime following the field goal a moment ago.
But the goal is still the same because you know they want to come out, establish a rhythm in the second half, and get going. Make no mistake about it, though. Kicking field goals, not in their game plan. They need to get the ball in the end zone.
From the 34 now, here's first and 10. Counter play with Jacobs. 56 yards rushing for him down to this point. The last run got 6, now second and 4.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up second and 4.
They'll look to throw.
40-yard line.
He's going to fire this thing deep right sideline. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be third down.
I'm sure this isn't a novel thought, but maybe run some simpler routes instead of trying to get it all back in one shot. Defense certainly appears to be ready for him. Try and get it back little by little instead of in big chunks.
Out of the gun now on third down. It's caught. This is White. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. It's a 9-yard gain, and it'll keep the drive moving.
I'm not sure that was necessarily a safety valve or a check down throw on third down. Sometimes you just try and find the open guy and get him the ball. He did exactly that and found a way to pick up a first down.
They'll look to throw now on first down. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And this one is incomplete.
I'm getting the sense that this offense is getting frustrated. Here we are into the third quarter, and they've had plenty of opportunities to get in sync. Thus far, that hasn't happened. They're looking for answers both on the sidelines and in the huddle looking at each other.
And he's fortunate to get anything from that. Give him a yard up to the 49.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off by the linebacker, Eric Kendricks. And the Chargers are in great shape here as they take over at their 46-yard line. Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ball game.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early, learned from them, and became great later?
Who would that be?
That'd be one Peyton Manning. Threw 28 his rookie year. That's the NFL record. How'd things turn out for him?
I think okay. He's the guy in all the commercials now.
Yeah, I think he's doing okay.
They run on first down, but it only produces a gain of 2. It's second down now.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
On second down, Eckler. 4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave him with a third and about 4 more for first.
It's a gain of 4, and it's third down.
Play action. It's Herbert. For Keenan Allen, that's complete. And he is going to have the Chargers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
First down, Chargers.
Option play, and they'll give to Eckler. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the third quarter of action. 3 quarters have come and gone. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Ball at the 9 on 2nd and 8. Here's Herbert. He's got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Chargers. Trey McKinney, a 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Chargers add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. Hopkins with the extra point, and the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21.
Chargers 24, Raiders 3.
Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. From the 10. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
Darrington Evans on the return. The Raiders take over first and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. Their mini two-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat. Try to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. On the out route, this is Adams with a catch. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that'll give him a short yardage situation here for second down. Now back to throw. He goes right back to Adams. That's complete. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
First and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Back to throw here. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And that is incomplete.
We've seen that the deep ball has been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it, unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up second and 10. Back to throw again. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. And picked up by the Chargers. And they'll set up shop in enemy. At the 45-yard line.
Recovered by the Chargers.
And they'll give to Scott here on the option. And down inside the 40 to about the 38. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. Play action this time for Justin Herbert. And that's complete to the right side. It's Allen. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line. Still throwing the football here, even with the big lead.
Yeah, I know you and I came up in a different era, and we think about sportsmanship and all that. Other people think about fantasy points and getting their numbers. That's all they care about right now.
And they run the option here on 1st and 10. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
Now a first carry for their fullback. And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. 2nd down and goal. Herbert. Got a man. It's Allen for the Charger touchdown. Keenan Allen with 2 touchdowns of the season, both in this game. And the Chargers are poised to move to 8-0 as they extend their lead even further. Extra point good by Hopkins, and that'll increase their lead to 28. Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. From the 10. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
The Raiders take over first and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Raider football as we get you reset. They face a third down now as they try to find a late score.
Though certainly in a pickle here. They have a mile to go to try to pick up the first. We'll see what they've drawn up.
He'll look to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they've forced in this runaway contest.
On fourth down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. On the return, Carter. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck.
And they will take over first and 10.
The Charger drive about to get going.
They've got to be feeling very comfortable and confident here with this lead in the football here in the fourth quarter, Charles. And I don't think that they need to score again, but it seems like this offense is just getting better as the game goes on. They've scored on their last two drives.
Certainly feels like a chance for them to continue to have some fun out there, doesn't it? Game's already decided, as you noted, so they can continue to play loose, break out some other concepts, maybe run a few trick plays, get other people involved. Heck, even go deep on one of these first snaps just because they can.
The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead, positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Johnston. And he is going to lose yardage here. Now a second timeout called for by the defense, as he'll get it with just a shade under a minute to go in the game. On is the Chargers punter now. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the fourth quarter. He'll field this at the 5. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Raider drive will start from deep in their own territory with a 1st and 10.
That punt was near perfection as it checked up inside the 5-yard line. You never know where these things are going to go, do you?
No, what was it? You got a John Heisman quote about that,
yeah,
right?
He said the football is roughly a prolate spheroid, which means it's going to bounce funny, and you never know where it's going to end up.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in.
When you're backed up this deep, sometimes defenses sacrifice coverage for pass rush because they know you can only go so far on your pass drop. You've got the back of the end zone. So they came after him. He took the shot downfield. He didn't connect, but boy, that was force against force.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. Throwing the out route, incomplete. That's Adams. And able to get it across the 10 to the 15. Now the Raiders Chargers going to burn their third and final timeout as the clock will stop with 35 seconds left to go.
First and 10.
Adams, the man in motion right. They'll send a receiver in motion left. They'll look to throw here on first down.
Here's back-to-back catches for Davante Adams.
And he gets it here to right around the 24 before he's out of bounds. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And it'll bring up a second and short. They'll look to throw again. He's going to let it fly. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
And the Chargers are going to have the football here at their own 35-yard line. Boy, Charles, you hate to see this for a rookie quarterback. You're hoping it doesn't shake his confidence, but that confidence, it might be shaken because that is 4 interceptions for him now in this ballgame.
It has to be shaken. Wouldn't be human if you weren't. Doesn't matter whether you're a rookie or a veteran. 4 interceptions, you're not sure what you're doing out there. So to me as a coaching staff, I would think very hard about getting him out and trying it again another day.
So this one's over. It's in the win column for the LA Chargers. And it was their defense that really made the statement.